Good afternoon, everyone. We welcome everyone for the CLAW Operation Blue Freedom launch of the global campaign for enrollment of participants who will be taking part in the Operation Blue Freedom Water World Record to be held in Maldives in February 2021. So I'll quickly go over what this event is all about. This event is about the launch of the website through which people with disabilities from all over the world can sign up to get selected to participate in the world record for the largest people with disabilities taking part in the world's largest scuba-based occupational therapy in Maldives. With that, I invite the chief guest for today, primarily the Minister of Tourism of Maldives, to basically unveil the website and also speak a few words. But before that, I would like to introduce all the guests and all the audience to the Operation Blue Freedom concept by playing a small video. With that brief introduction, that was a brief introduction about the concept of Operation Blue Freedom. Now I hand over the stage to Major Vivek Jacob, who will explain the concept further and say a few words.
Very good afternoon to everyone, and I cannot even put it exactly in words, but it's a great honor for my team, for Team Claw, and it's a great honor for me personally as well to be at this stage where so many people have come across from across the world, and especially like the Maldivian government and the various entities who are involved. We've all come together, and we have come together with a free spirit, with a free heart, and we have dreamed of the impossible, and with all of us together, I'm sure we can achieve it. And it is just to give a brief concept of where this whole idea of the world records came from. What is the idea of Operation Blue Freedom, and what is the where it came from? Where did this idea of 3 world records and all the 3 elements come from, and why did it come there? What is the purpose behind it? So it all started very simply with a gentleman, an Air Force officer that I met, and who was paralyzed, and he had a dream, and in the journey to fulfill that dream for one person, we have reached so far, and hopefully we'll be able to do something for much more than one person, but one person is also enough. So as we started on this journey to make this dream of this person, of this Air Force officer who was paralyzed, to make his dream come true, I realized that it has to be a lot of people have to come together with their skills and with their heart and with their talent and with their spirit, and together we will achieve whatever it is that we so desire to achieve together. So during this journey, I realized that the basic problem for people with disabilities across the globe is a certain perception of pity and charity, which is associated with disability. And that perception is highly, absolutely inaccurate. There is a hell of a lot of amount of power and spirit that is there in people who lose their limbs. And that power needs to be tapped. Actually, across the spectrum of human ability, if we can tap into the supposedly weakest section of human society, all of humanity can evolve from there. If we can, all of us as a human race, we will benefit. And so the key reasons for the first world record, for the water world record, air world record, land world record, was to show that with the right supportive ecosystem, forget about able-bodied people or whatever, just across the board of human ability, anyone can dream anything and achieve that, provided that we all come together and serve each other. So that's the whole concept of perception change. And secondly, to actually make a difference on the ground. To make a difference on the ground, we conceived of a full spectrum rehabilitation facility where we could research into the field of disability. We could rehabilitate existing people who are facing disability, and that's 15% of the global population. And also research, rehabilitation, and reskill. If you have lost your limbs, and you still have your mind, you still have your spirit, there is always something you can do. You just have to identify it. And that is the basis of this, to change the perception of society across the globe, to be more understanding of what is the capability of people with disabilities, and also to create infrastructure on the ground which will provide cutting edge rehabilitation facilities for people across the globe who are shouldering disability. That is the main concept behind all of this. And in our journey, this is a significant point where we have reached. We have such powerful and such experienced people on board with us, and it has been a long journey. It's been almost 5 years since I met that FOS officer, and here we are, all of us together on this one platform. And it's going to be an amazing journey. And I would I have nothing much more to say, but let's walk it, let's do it. And everything is impossible till it's done. Let's do it. And it's a great honor for me and for our team Claw to be supported by all of you. It's just very humbling. It's very it is it's just it touches our heart, and we will make a change. We'll create the world the way we feel the way it should be, for us and for everyone else. Thank you so much. It's a great privilege for me, and I would use this opportunity. It's an opportunity, and never let it pass by. So I would use this opportunity to invite His Excellency to give his blessings and to join us, His Excellency, the President of the Maldives, to join us on this path-breaking, effort of human beings who have come together to achieve something that will set a new paradigm in the history of disability of this that we experience in this world. We'll change some things together. Thank you, everyone. Very, very honored, and thank you for being here. Great honor for all of us. Thank you.
With that short introduction, we move ahead in the event. Next, I would like to invite the Managing Director of Maldives Integrated Tourism Development Corporation, Mr. Mohammad Raeed. He has been a strong advocate of what Team Claw stands for, what we stand to achieve. I hereby request Mohammad Raeed to speak a few words.
Honorable Dr. Abdullah Mausum, Minister of Tourism, Honorable Jihan Mahmood, Chairperson of Parliament Committee on Human Rights and Gender, Vice Chief of Defence Force Brigadier General Abdurrahim Abdul Latif, First Secretary of Indian High Commission in the Maldives, Ms. Pooja Tilu, Major Vivek, Founder of Operation Blue Freedom, distinguished international ambassadors, diverse community, members of the Operation Blue Field, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon from Maldives, good morning, good evening to all our global joiners. First and foremost, I would like to thank Honorable Minister and all the distinguished speakers who have shown a keen interest on this event and spared their valuable time to be part of the history in making. I would also like to thank Major Jacob and the entire Claw team for giving MITDC this great opportunity to be the co-partner for the segment of Water World Record 2021. The 3rd December every year marks the International Day of Persons with Disabilities. It is an international observance promoted by the United Nations since 1992. In the 1st of October 2019, Maldives broke a world record in the free diving with 521 divers who dived simultaneously, which included His Excellency President Ibrahim Mohammed Salih as well, who actively engaged in the event and set an example for us all. On the very same day, the Tourism Minister envisaged a scuba diving world record event to be held in 2020. However, the global pandemic has disrupted our plans and severely affected our economies. Nonetheless, thanks to Claw team, we will be able to have a scuba diving world record event in the year 2021. The specialty of this world record is that it will be accomplished by special needs individuals across the globe. This noble event would help them overcome their fear and partake in adventurous events and create the opportunity for them to experience the natural beauty of the Maldives. As opposed to the general assumption that Maldives is a luxury destination, the event would help change this perception further, changing the outlook and the Maldivian tourism industry to be one that welcomes all. Honorable Minister, this event also provides the perfect platform for the Ministry of Tourism to consider introducing global standards for the people with disabilities to the tourism sector of the Maldives as well. The Scuba Dive World Record event to be held in the Maldives would have participants with special needs travel to the Maldives from over 30 countries across the globe, and the event is open for many Maldivians as possible. Several special events will commence in the days to follow to mark this event a success. Two retired Indian Special Forces officers, Major Jacob and Major Arun, are very determined and energetic individuals. Meeting them from the first time really showed their dedication and drive towards this noble cause. I would like to humbly thank them and the CLAW team for their hard work and dedication. Also, I would like to extend our sincere gratitude to MMPRC as well for the endorsement of this exceptional event. This event of CLAW is a sacred and humble step towards helping special needs individuals. I humbly request the utmost support from all organizations and businesses of the Maldives to work together in making this event a great success. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Rai. Thank you for that wonderful speech. You almost covered all the tick marks, that had to be spoken. Thank you very much. With that brief introduction, I would now request the Honorable Tourism Minister to now inaugurate and announce the website as open.
Thank you very much. I think before inaugurating the website, I would like to say a few words.
Yes, sir.
The Major Arun Ambathi for the introduction, and the founder of Operation Blue Freedom, Major Vivek Jacob, Managing Director of MITDC, Mohammed Raid, Vice Chief of Defense Force Maldives, Brigadier General Abdurrahim Abdul Latif, Chairperson of Parliament Committee on Human Rights and Gender, Honorable Jihan Mahmood, First Secretary of Indian High Commission at Maldives, Ms. Pooja Tilu, distinguished attendees, ambassadors of the world, my colleague divers in the Maldives, and everybody else who are joining us on this very special occasion. Very good afternoon. Permit me to express my utmost delight to have the opportunity to deliver a few remarks at this launch ceremony of the Scuba Diving World Record Operation Blue Freedom. I thank the team CLAW, which stands for Conquer Land, Air and Water, for working with me, working with the Maldives Integrated Tourism Development Corporation, MITDC, and facilitating this wonderful opportunity to Maldives. I believe Maldives is the perfect destination for those who love the ocean and want to experience a true away from it all stay in paradise. And partnering with CLAW to hold the scuba diving element in the Maldives makes it the ultimate package for international traveler. This is the right moment to launch an international event of this scale for 2021. This event will help us showcase the natural beauty and beautiful marine life of the Maldives while showing people around the world what Maldives has to offer across the Maldives from north to south. All human beings wish to engage in different types of activities and different experiences. I applaud and welcome the initiative by CLO in facilitating this opportunity to the special needs individuals and special needs community and helping this cause with MITDC and other partners to engage them and help them overcome their fear and help them contribute to the adventurous events while creating the opportunity for them to experience the natural beauty of Maldives. I'm confident that the collaboration between CLO Global and MITDC and other partners will create a system for the special needs community to have a very new, very good experience. We are determined to revive our tourism industry, and the spirit of cooperation is high among our stakeholders. Our combined efforts in this regard have resulted in a gradual increase in tourist arrivals since our borders opened in mid-July. We are hoping to have a very successful 2021. Undoubtedly, this event that we are launching today is a great tourism product. The Maldives is one of the perfect settings for sea sports like surfing, sailing, and diving, including windsurfing and other various sports, some very thrilling, some very adventurous, some really soothing. As we saw on the introduction video, I think the ocean is worse. The Maldivian deeps are great. The marine flora and fauna in these places are amazing. Our aim has always been to attract sports festivals through collaborative partnerships with global sporting organizations. We are committed to promote sports tourism to add value to the excellent tourism product we have in the Maldives. Visitors love our pristine sandy beaches, serene island environments, and spectacular marine environments. I'm very happy to see very prominent scuba diving instructors and enthusiasts and veterans in this platform. I think there is no need to express the beauty of the Maldivian underwater in their presence. They have lived through that. They are addicted to it, and so are anybody else who experience that. They get addicted to underwater marine beauty too. The Maldives has captured the hearts of our visitors by the attention we give to safeguard our environment. The fact a significant number of our visitors are repeat visitors stands to witness to this. I convey my utmost gratitude to the organizers of Operation Blue Freedom Water World Record, and I wish you every success in order to ensure a successful scuba dive world record event in the coming year. Let me also congratulate Maldives tourism industry stakeholders, industry employees, and our tourists for their contribution to making Maldives get the world's leading destination award at the World Travel Award 2020. It is indeed a pleasure for us to be partnering with this event. We wish that we get global ambassadors and more partners from across the world for this event. And we hope for a very significant participation from the Maldivian community as well. We will convey the message to HEP Soleh, and it's our intention that this event be a success in every way. Once again, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to say a few words. And with this, I would like to conclude my remarks, and I would like to take the privilege of opening the website of Glow Global. Thank you.
Thank you so much. What you see on, thank you so much for declaring the participant campaign, global participant campaign launched, and also the website. What you all see on your screen is the website through which participants from across the globe will be joining. So the participant campaign will happen in 2 stages. People with disabilities from across the globe can enroll through the website, and here they can fill in the form, and we will have a home country selection, a preliminary screening given their medical conditions, and there will be a home country training program where they will be trained and checked for water comfort level in their home country, and there will be a stage 2 of screening, after which the teams from 30 different countries, as mentioned by MITDC Managing Director, will fly into Maldives to break the world record. Thank you so much, sir. With that, I would request the Vice Chief of Maldivian Defense Forces, Brigadier General Abdul Rahim Abdul Latif, to say a few words.
Thank you so much. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, sir, we can hear you, sir.
Thank you so much, Minister of Tourism, Honorable Dr. Abdullah Mausum, veterans of various services, courageous participants with special needs, founder of Glow Global, Major Vivek Jacob, distinguished dignitaries around the world, and guests who are joining here in this virtual conference. Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and a very good afternoon from Maldives. First and foremost, on behalf of Minister of Defense, Al-Ustaza Maria Ahmad Didi, and Chief of Defense Force, Major General Abdul Shamal, I congratulate and thank you all the stakeholders from all the nations for arranging, accepting and organizing this function to support the Glow Global event. Gathering to conquer land, air, water with the initiative of the management of Glow team along with your respective countries, stakeholders are going to be an attempt to create a world record. What a beautiful gesture by everyone. It is a diverse world. We are mixed of different kinds of people, men and women, young and old, black and white, disabled and non-disabled. When people are accepted by others, this makes a good society. Society means all the people and all parts of life in a country. Being part of society can mean being accepted and having your views listed too. It can mean being able to live where you want and carry on your events you wish to. Launching of Operation Blue Freedom on 2019 has given a glowing white light and a new dimension to the social justice angle in our society. Training the people with special needs to experience scuba diving adventure of underwater and sceneries. It is a global step to change the perception of bigger communities towards the caliber and capacity of special need community. We need to get rid of the barriers. We need to understand disability better. We need to deal with the way other people think about disabled person and act towards. We need to give disabled people more choice and control. We need to work closely with our groups like Glow to generate chances to make history and build the good foundation of perception about special need people for the generations to come. I am humbled to be a small share of this remarkable event and privileged to speak in this forum. Conquering land, air, water, categorically the water segment that takes place in Maldives will be a huge event, not only for the special participants, but also every citizen of the Maldives and to the whole world. It is going to be an excellent event. Everyone has the right to do the best they can and to have self-respect and to be well thought of by other people. Let's all of us look forward to make a real difference for special need people. To all courageous participants, Maldives has some good coral reefs, but the abundance of the marine life across the country makes the islands the world's best scuba diving destinations. This includes the features like manta rays and various varieties of sharks. Everywhere you look, there will be something interesting. Close water bright lights, the sun is filled with the games of many fish, creating an ideal environment for both underwater photographers and avid divers. Safety is paramount. Look out of one another. Every one of us must ensure to the best possible level. Every step towards the safety, both above water, on surface, and underwater, are well taken care. Attention to safety instructions and adventure diving or scuba diving instructions from the expert will be a very important key factor to conclude this event as a major successful event. It will be achieved by everyone's 100% effort. Maldives National Defense Force are proud and ready to provide assistance and support into the safety and security of everyone who will be participating in this event. I assure you all, remain firm, consistent, and we will do our best and contribute our fullest to make this event a success. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day, and I'm really looking forward for this coming event. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. I thank the Brigadier General for his generous offer to be providing utmost safety standards and security for the entire event. It is really kind of you, sir. Moving on, I next request the chairperson for the Parliament Committee on Human Rights and Gender of Maldives, Honorable Ms. Jihan Mohammed, to say a few words.
I hope you can hear me.
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Minister for Tourism, Honorable Dr. Abdullah Masum, Vice Chief of Defense Force, Brigadier General Abdurrahim Abdulatif, representatives and MD of MTDC, right, co-founder of Operation Blue Freedom, the first secretary of Indian High Commission, international ambassadors and Maldives diverse community, members of CLAW, and distinguished guests and participants, and everyone tuned into this very momentous launching event. Assalamu alaikum and a very good afternoon from a sunny Maldives. It is an honor for me to have this opportunity on the global campaign launching event of Operation Blue Freedom. It is a greater honor for me because this opportunity gives me, as the chair of the Parliament's Human Rights and Gender Committee, to participate and have a small share in commemorating the United Nations International Day of Persons with, well, I hesitate to call persons with disabilities, but let's just say people who are differently abled. It is definitely a privilege for me to have this small space in this noble cause of setting a world record in diving, scuba diving, especially with the participation of people who are differently abled in a global event. And for me, I believe that this event of setting a world record is just symbolic. What it is really doing and what it has really set out to achieve is equal participation and rightful representation and providing a platform to break the stigma surrounding persons with disabilities who are definitely more able in different ways and than more than us. And the challenge of breaking these age-old stigma surrounding people who are differently abled requires a global effort such as this, requires community efforts such as one that will be garnered in the days ahead, that in the days leading to the actual event. And it requires the support of national actors whom we previously don't assume or don't think would be contributing members to changing the stigma. It is therefore for me quite astounding that we have veterans of the Army, the Navy, the Maldives National Defense Force, the tourism industry, members of previously thought to be unrelated stakeholders taking part in such a noble cause and such a noble effort to help break this stigma. And this only goes to prove that equal representation, equal participation, and the acquisition of equal rights for people who are differently abled can only be achieved with consolidated effort from everybody in the community. I, for one, believe that Maldives have not fully tapped into the rehabilitative power of water, of sea, and the 99% of sea surrounding us and the beautiful ocean around us. And through this campaign, therefore, I hope that Maldives as a nation cashes in on this opportunity to change that and to change the perception and ensure that in the rehabilitative processes for persons who are differently abled, we include the biggest resource that has been bestowed upon us by Allah Almighty, which is the water and the sea surrounding us. And the journey towards the aimed world record, I hope, is instrumental in making this transformation. This event is also one that I will hold in the years ahead, one that I will hold very close to my heart. My first dive was when I was 11 years old, and coming from a family of divers and divers who support other divers, I'm very happy to announce today that there is a very proud Maldivian, a young girl, visually impaired, currently doing her scuba diving training, and she is from my constituency, Hinavaru. And I make this commitment to ensure that she participates on behalf of Maldives in this event. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and good luck.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We would love to have the person from your constituency join Operation Blue Freedom. We would be more than happy for them to participate. In fact, as more and more, we want as much local participation as possible. This event will primarily be driven by Maldivian local support and global human unity. In some ways, many ways, it represents human unity, that what human beings can achieve when we all come together. With that, I would request Ms. Pooja Tillu, the First Secretary of Indian High Commission in Maldives, to say a few words.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible, ma'am. Please go ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you. His Excellency Dr. Abdullah Mausum, Tourism Minister of the Maldives, Honorable Member of Parliament Ms. Jihan Mahmood, Brigadier General Abdul Rahim Abdul Latif, Mr. Muhammad Raid, Managing Director MITDC, Major Vivek Jacob, founder of Team Claw, and all the distinguished participants who have joined us this afternoon. It is a distinct honor for me to represent the High Commission of India in Male at today's very special ceremony to launch Operation Blue Freedom for creating a scuba diving world record. I thank the Maldives Integrated Tourism Development Corporation for inviting me to join this ceremony. India takes pride in the fact that this movement is a brainchild of veterans from the Indian Defense Forces. It not only brings together persons with disabilities from all across the world, but inspires them to accomplish extraordinary feats. It is said that moments of adversity are the greatest opportunities. And I think today all of us could agree over here that Operation Blue Freedom being launched today is a perfect manifestation of this. We congratulate Team Claw on having chosen Maldives as one of the 3 destinations for creating world records to conquer land, air, and water. There can be no place more perfect or more beautiful than the Maldives for the scuba diving world record. It also reflects, for us, it also reflects the close partnership and close relations between India and the Maldives. Because this also goes on to show that our partnership is not related to close ties only at the political and the government to government level, but it is also reflected through such people-centric and humanitarian initiatives. We have been working very closely with the government of Maldives, particularly Minister Dr. Mosum and the tourism industry on both sides to harness the tremendous tourism potential that exists between our 2 countries. And this is part of our effort for mutual cooperation to mitigate the negative impact of COVID. We are happy to share that the bilateral air travel bubble created between India and Maldives in August 2020, it has facilitated the travel of over 10,000 Indian tourists to the Maldives since mid-July this year. Operation Blue Freedom has further put the spotlight back on Maldives, and we are very sure that it will support the efforts of government of Maldives to revive the tourism industry. I also take this opportunity to congratulate Minister Mosum and the entire Maldivian tourism industry for bringing home the world's leading destination award very recently. Once again, I'm truly honored to be a part of today's historic event. We wish all success to the team and participants of Operation Blue Freedom and MITDC in this historic effort. High Commission of India and Malay will be there to support, whatever support is required. We are always here. We are here for you. And we are very confident that along with conquering land, air, and water, the participants will also end up conquering a lot of hearts across the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. You rightly brought it out that it is also about manifestation of a certain human spirit of achievement and progress. So with that, I would thank all the dignitaries, and I would take this opportunity to introduce our global ambassadors who will say a few words. The whole idea about Operation Blue Freedom is giving a voice and also empowering people with disabilities, not from a pity and a charity angle, but from an angle wherein we recognize their true spirit for what they are. It is about showing their true power and facilitating it. It is not about being abled or disabled, but it is also necessary that inclusion includes voices equally. That's why in our participant profile, we will be carefully selecting people from all walks of life, from all nationalities, all religions, races, gender, abilities. With that, I would first request Mr. Sandy, who is one of the pioneers of scuba diving in Maldives and has also been inducted in the Scuba Diving Hall of Fame, and is an avid environmentalist and also a marine biologist, and one of the key people who revolutionized the scuba industry in Maldives, to say a few words. He is also the Operation Blue Freedom, one of the ambassadors for Operation Blue Freedom Maldives. Over to Mr. Sandy.
Thank you very much. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, sir, we can hear you, sir. We can hear you, sir.
All right. Thank you for accepting me and having me as an ambassador. And also, it's a pleasure to have our tourism minister, Dr. Mosum, who happened to be one of my scuba diving students, also the member of the parliament, Jihan, Mr. Wright, and First Secretary of the Indian High Commission. Thank you for having me. And You know, scuba diving, I've been diving, scuba diving for the last 40 years. And what I see from the people I take first time is the enthusiasm I see from their face, even though they are not handicapped or physically disabled persons. We transform people and we take people to another world where actually they throw away their wheelchair, jump in the water, they are free actually. A person with complete paralysis is also free when they are in the water. So today, it's really a pleasure and an honor for me to be part of this global event and to continue to be part of this incredible event. Dr. Mausum, this is, I think, I see it, the whole event as a different aspect or a different product of Maldives, which is, I see all the lagoons of Maldives as rehabilitation centers. Our lagoons have all different depths where people can do their rehabilitation with impact injury, especially to do their training. Not only the impact injury rehabilitation, but also the Maldives environment is a perfect place for mental rehabilitation because nature is something unique. It's always unique. You don't see two things the same way. And I've enjoyed this beauty the last 40 years, and I still enjoy watching. And not a single dive is worst, or all the dives I see is beautiful. So today we can see the Maldives in a different way. One more point I want to also highlight for Ms. Jihan is you mentioned something interesting. It's not disabled or physically unable. You know, when we go underwater as scuba diver, once I remember I was handicapped because I was diving with two deaf divers, and they were really talking about every fish and details about what they see. So that time I was handicapped. So this is thank you for having me, and it's a pleasure to be part of this event. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. We are in fact honored ourselves that you extended this support and you've come on board wholeheartedly. Like you've already mentioned that every lagoon is a rehabilitation facility in Maldives. In fact, this is one of the things that we are already partnering with MITDC, that we will be creating the world's first scuba research and rehabilitation facility, which will be using scuba diving not just for rehabilitation and recreation, but also for reskilling people with disabilities to pick up livelihoods through scuba diving, sir. It will be an honor to have you on board, and thank you so much for pointing out. You know, you exactly, or we are on the same page, sir. With that, I would introduce another key visionary and key person who is also very instrumental in the diversification of scuba diving beyond recreation in Maldives, Mrs. Shama Amit, popularly called as Anna. I would request her to say a few words.
Thank you, Aaron. First of all, I'd like to thank the team from Clo Global for inviting me and allowing me to be a part of this momentous event. You know, it's really exciting, and I'm really looking forward to working with you guys, especially on a cause that is very close to my heart. You know, it's going to make a huge lot of difference to a lot of people's lives. What can I say about the ocean? The ocean is my home. Every time I go there, you know, even just walk in the ocean or dive or snorkel or even swim, it is like going into my mother's arms, basically. You know, it welcomes me, it embraces me, and I'm really happy to have the opportunity to welcome more people into my home, to let them experience why we feel how we feel, why we love the ocean so much, especially those of us who have different kinds of chains that are holding us to this land, holding our souls to this land. This is a great opportunity for everyone to break free of those chains, go dive into the ocean and just feel the true freedom, let go of gravity, the true freedom of the body and soul that we experience every time we go underwater. I worked with a number of differently able people, and I found that, like Sandy says, it is an immediate impact that the ocean has on their lives. It heals. The ocean's healing power, it has been documented, but there's a lot more that needs to be done. And I'm very proud to be a part of this project, and especially, the follow-up to the launching event, where the facility can be put into place, and the reskilling and the skilling of people with different kinds of abilities will happen. And I'm very excited and truly honored to be a part of this, and I cannot wait to get started on taking everybody underwater. Thank you very much, and look forward to working with everybody more closely in the future.
Thank you so much. Here I would also like to add on that both Sandy and Anna, both of them are also certified as Handicap Scuba Association instructors. Handicap Scuba Association, we have also partnered with Handicap Scuba Association. They have been training people with disabilities for recreational scuba diving for the past 39 years. It is so coincidental that it was also founded by a veteran of the US Parachute Regiment, Mr. Jim Gattaker. He is also a veteran. And yeah, with that, I would move on to our next ambassador, that is Mr. Hasrat Attu. He has also been a key figure of scuba diving in Maldives, and he has been a very, very dear friend that, he saw value in us when this was such a very, very nascent idea. So we met Hattu in edX last year in 2019. So at that time, it was just an idea. We had just traveled across few cities in India and started to train few people with disabilities. Thereon, it went to become a very widespread movement. We trained close to more than 100 people with disabilities in scuba diving across Bombay, Delhi, Chandigarh, and finally in Lakshadweep also. And today, where we are where we are. We had already traveled to Maldives and we have surveyed the dive sites, and this has become a very big thing. And it is snowballing and it is helping and catalyzing a lot of things. So a large part of the Maldives event coming together for us was because of Hattu's assistance at the right time. With that, I would request Hattu to say a few words. Hattu, you'll have to unmute yourself.
You guys hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you, please.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for all and everyone who is supporting this event. Actually, we have started, and the idea came from edX last year. And now we are in a platform that I think the key figure of Maldivian government and all others are supporting us, so we can successfully have this event in the Maldives. And I'm very happy that Mr. Roy actually taking initiative to support this event. And I think with him, we can actually successfully have this event in the Maldives. And we all know how beautiful diving in the Maldives. I think we don't need to talk about the beautiful underwater in the Maldives. But I believe this can create a great market, a different way of attraction to the Maldives. So that will be one of my main things to be a part of this event. And Clove, your team is excellent. I'm confident that we're going to have the event, and Mr. Masoom from the Tourism Minister is always supporting such things like that. So thank you to be with us, and I hope as soon as we decide the event time and event date, then we will come more meeting and discuss more things about it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hattu. Let's not be mistaken by Hattu's few words. He speaks less and does more on the ground. He's a man of action, moves things. Thank you so much. With that, I would introduce the next person, who is also the ambassador for Claw Operation Blue Freedom in United States. He is Mr. Mark Roche. He is a veteran of the US Air Force, and he is himself a person with disability. He suffered PTSD, and also he has been using. One second. Yeah, sorry for the interruption. So Mark Roche has been training people with disabilities for close to 20 years in scuba diving. He founded his own organization called Poseidon Handicap Scuba Adventures. He has traveled all over the world and trained people with disabilities all over the world. And he is also a Handicap Scuba Association course director. And he is also the ambassador for Claw Operation Blue Freedom in the United States, and a veteran like us. Happy to have you on board, Mark Roche. Over to you.
Yes, thank you so much. Hopefully everyone can hear me.
We can hear you. We can hear you, Mark. Go ahead.
Yes, and so yeah, it's been on behalf of the ministries from the Maldivian government and India, and you know, the Defense Force there, and the High Commission folks, and all the other dignitaries of the governments. It is a real privilege and an honor for me to be a part of CLAW. You know, I met my CLAW friends earlier this year. They're not really my friends, they're actually my brothers. So I hope you can see the resemblance there. And, just what a great event. And, you know, we are working to promote this here extensively. And so I'm very excited for everything that can happen for the Maldives, and making it more accessible to folks with special needs worldwide to travel and dive in the Maldives. And I just, again, thank you so much to CLAW, and just really happy to be a part of this worldwide event. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mark. That was a very brief introduction. So with that, I would introduce us to the next ambassador, Miss Daniela Brown. She is a double Paralympic gold medalist in archery. Being a person with disability, she is the only person from UK to also have competed in the able-bodied world championship. Right? This basically goes on to show the spirit that people with disabilities possess, whether ability or not. So this is the powerful spirit that we wish to capture, portray, and mainstream through Operation Blue Freedom. With that, I would request Daniela Brown to say a few words.
Hi, and thank you. As Major Aaron mentioned, you know, this event is about bringing people from different backgrounds, all different walks of life. We've heard today about the amazing opportunity that diving brings you. I have never dived in my life, so I'm really looking forward to this adventure. I'm looking forward to learning from everybody. And the reason I want to be involved is because I know how powerful sport and physical activity is, particularly for people with disabilities. I became disabled as a teenager. It's a very difficult time. You know, you're growing up, you're trying to figure out who you are, what you want to be with the rest of your life. And having this additional problem, it sort of threw questions about my future and what I wanted to do, what I could do. And getting involved in sport, going to the Paralympics, you know, seeing people competing at the top of their game, it completely changed my life. It was about ability, not disability. And whilst the Paralympic movement is fantastic and it has done a lot for disability, we need more. We need more opportunities. We need more choices, more freedoms. So I am absolutely proud, privileged, honoured to be involved with this. Really looking forward to meeting everybody. And it is so amazing to see the support and the amazing people that are on board.
Thank you so much, Danielle. So Danielle is our UK ambassador. So next, I would like to introduce Melissa Leonard, herself a person on wheelchair, and she also runs a Handicap Scuba Association South Africa chapter. An avid scuba diving herself, she every year conducts an event where she mobilizes charitable organizations and conducts a free camp for people with disabilities in South Africa for scuba diving. It is an honor to have introduced the next country ambassador, Melissa Leonard. Over to you, Melissa.
Good day, Your Honorables, dignities, and Team CLOM. Thank you for this amazing opportunity to be part of this project. I think it's like so awesome that with this project we will be aiming to change lives and make a difference in people's lives, to let them, especially disabled people's lives, to make them realize that life doesn't end with a disability and that they too can actually live their life to the fullest. And in so doing, we will all learn how to conquer obstacles and grow together as a family. And I think it's just so amazing. And I thank you for the opportunity to be part of this wow event.
Thank you so much, Melissa. With that, I would introduce the next person. He's a very, very interesting person. His name is Pranab Roy. It was just last year that he had a road accident in India, and then he was in coma, and then he injured his spine, and he was bedridden and wheelchair bound and paralyzed. It is just the power of the spirit. Is a real testimony to the fact that when the mind decides, the body follows. He has come back from that state of coma and from that state of spinal injury, and today he is back to running ultra marathons. I would introduce our next ambassador from India, that is Mr. Pranab Roy. Over to him.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to be part of this massive event. Coming to the scuba diving, so I was introduced to water sports in a very funny way. Last year, I was paralyzed in a road accident, and when all modes of treatment failed, so I was introduced to water therapy, and from there I started coming back to normal life, and I developed this fantasy for water sports. So I'm looking forward to this challenge, and I'm very excited about it. Thank you.
With that, we have come to the almost to the end of the event. Before closing, I would thank all the dignitaries who took their valuable time in this busy time. You know, I know we understand that there is a Zoom meeting and a webinar burnout all of us keep facing, but still all the dignitaries took all their time to support this cause. I thank you everyone. And before closing, I would request Major Vivek Jacob to say a few words and then end the event. Over to Major Vivek Jacob.
Respected ladies and gentlemen, there's just one little thing that I wanted to share, and it's what I learned in my journey. I spent 18.5 years in the Indian Armed Forces, and I was part of the Special Forces there. And in our training, during our training and our adoption into the system of the Special Forces, I learned something. Over a period of time. I saw people do it in combat. I learned that we don't leave a man behind. You know, we don't leave anyone behind. Whatever the circumstances, whatever the situation, whatever the external world may be, we can conquer everything, and we will not leave a man behind, whatever it takes. So that is something that one baseline, which was ingrained in our soul. That one thing led to extreme efficiency. Whatever we did was a baseline from which we all our activities were based out of that one line, that we will not leave a man behind. We planned for it, we acted like that, and when everything was against us, we stood against whatever was there in front of us together, and we conquered each and every time. So after coming out, I realized that there are so many people across the world. Special Forces is a mindset, it's a kind of thought process, it's the way you think, the way you feel. It's a merger of your heart and your brain, where you decide that, you know, this is what is needed, and you can think beyond yourself. So this is what I met so many people like that on the civil street, and I realized that this is a quality of the human spirit, and people who are at that consciousness level, they can understand that to evolve as a human race, we must collaborate, we must come together, and we must not leave anyone behind. So with that, and in that spirit, this is the outcome of that spirit. and all of us, we have come together. It is a very, very proud moment at once to stand here after a journey of 5 years and to see what lies ahead of us as the human race and as individuals who have come together with very, very simple, very simple small steps we have taken, and we have reached here. And it's a proud moment for all of us, and together we shall achieve the impossible that has never been achieved before. That we will show that what is the possibilities if when the human beings, when spirited human beings, free human beings, they come together and they march ahead, and we leave no one behind. But that's all I have to say. Heartfelt this thing. Thank everyone who has walked with us so far and who is going to be walking with us ahead. We'll do something together great.
With that, we conclude the session for today. I once again thank MITDC, Mr. Raid, the Managing Director of MITDC, and my very, very special thanks to the Tourism Minister, Dr. Abdullah Mausum. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you all the dignitaries. Thank you. Jai Hind.